This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hello, everybody! Welcome to that One Piece talk. My name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Sam.
Lionel. And this is that One Piece talk, where we talk One Piece. Woo! Let's go. Oh man, I'm so ready for today. Are you guys ready for today? Yo, you back, bro?
I'm back, baby.
It's been 2 episodes.
It's been a minute, man. I'm back. A lot happened while I was away. I took some notes.
Yo, your presence was not felt.
It wasn't felt. My absence wasn't felt. It's alright.
What notes you got, bro?
Bro, while I was away, Oda had eye surgery?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He did witchcraft on a moose, causing the air quality to dip drastically in New York.
Wait,
crazy, bro.
Wait, what?
JT fumbled a baddie, you know what I'm saying, in the Discord. Larry went solo. He had a solo dolo episode. I was like, I'm not gonna be there. The twins out of nowhere, they just like, I ain't gonna make it. I was like, damn, Larry did his thing though. He did his thing. Shout out to Larry.
You. I appreciate you, bro.
Lionel Messi went to Inter Miami, bro? What? Crazy.
Has absolutely nothing to do with the show.
It doesn't.
But
That's
okay.
crazy. Josh O proposed to Liz. Shout out to Josh. That's why I brought him the Lionel Messi thing, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Josh.
Shout out to marriage, bro.
I guess. Across the Spider-Verse did numbers, and we started dropping new merch. I can't believe it, bro. Shout out to Larry for that one.
Yeah, a lot's happened.
A lot has happened.
Yeah.
But I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Good to have you back. Good to have you back, bro.
You was excited as hell I wasn't here. I saw it in your eyes.
Yo, me and Lawrence just be connecting a little bit more.
Nah, it wasn't Lawrence. You was mad hyped to announce Lionel in my stead, bro. I seen you.
Did I?
I seen it. You're like, Seb's not here. But Lionel's here. Okay. Okay.
Well, granted, we barely see Lionel.
Yeah.
Right?
What's his percentage now?
It's probably like high 39%. Like
He showed up to the missed one, you know?
All right. So let's get into some announcements, guys. Social media-wise, we want to thank you for helping us reach 40,000 subscribers on YouTube. Woo! Yo, it's a big milestone for us. We're close to 50,000, which is halfway to 100K. So it's gonna be coming soon. Don't worry about it. We got motion now. All right, we got motion. It's a huge milestone, but regardless, thank you. It's not about the subscribers, to be honest, just a little bit. And then we're literally a couple people away from hitting 77,000 followers on TikTok. If not, we probably already hit it. So we're almost at the 100K mark on TikTok, which is kind of crazy.
Nice.
And we just passed 6,000 followers on Instagram.
Hey.
So we appreciate you all for just loving us. I'm not sure that we did announce it. I think I forgot, but we hit over 2,000 members on Discord.
Oh, over 2,000.
Yeah,
Nice.
and now we're at like 2,100. So
Nice.
we're almost at 20. Yeah,
Sheesh.
we're about to be at 2,200 in probably like the next 3 days.
Awesome.
So thank you. That's a really huge milestone for our community. If you haven't joined our Discord yet, what's taking you so long? Like I don't know. So join the Discord and experience a healthy, respectful, and a home for everyone type of server. We have the best mods and the healthiest conversations that if they lean too hard into the zone of disrespect for all people, we make sure we bring it back to that healthy environment. So link will be in the live chat and within the video's description below. I'm pretty sure the mods they're doing it right now. And then like Sebastian said, we have merch. We have new merch specifically. For anyone who wants our merch, we have a new site and some new products. I know some people have already received their shirts from the last episode we announced it, so if you're interested, check the pinned message above the live chat and head over to purchase whatever you like. Female collection is coming soon, so I am having Chestnut Tanuki make us some designs for the female collection. I feel like females should make female clothes. And then I may have Hime modeling because she suggested she wanted to do so. So we might have this happen very soon. It just has to be worked out for now. So give me a little bit of time. But for all those that don't know and are just tuning in because you guys wait for us to listen and read the chapter, Oda has announced that he's getting eye surgery, and I believe he's had it. He had it already, and he's gonna be out for the next 5 weeks. So that means no One Piece manga chapters for the next 5 weeks, and there will still be anime episodes, I guess, because I don't watch the anime too much, but they're gonna still be airing. It's gonna be a fun next 5 weeks for us.
Yeah.
I love break weeks. I love being creative. I love thinking of stuff to do. So I got some things planned, and I have to link up with Marv for one of the plans. And then other than that, it's gonna be a fun 5 weeks. So I'm looking forward to it. How about you guys?
Yeah, I think the 5 weeks gives you an opportunity to branch out and do more than what we normally do. Like we talk about the chapters every time they drop, and that's always fun. It's always amazing to interact and talk about that. But break week lets us do a lot. You know, we can.
Right.
We've been discussing another mod night coming up, potentially doing something with that. You know, I got to do some work on my end to make that happen.
Oh, do you? Do you? Huh? You gonna cheat?
What do you mean?
You're gonna find a way to cheat.
I'm not gonna cheat,
always
bro.
cheat,
listen,
bro.
listen. Yeah, when you win, this is how they come at you. Lawrence. This is how they come at you when you win.
Sebastian
bro.
will create a game and then cheat at his own game.
Dude, we used to play cards, Palace. This dude cheats all the time. So I already know.
You're not doing the absolute most to win. What are you doing?
All right, but before we get into the chapter, guys, as usual, I do want to acknowledge everybody in the chat and say hello. So, Seb, glad to have you back so you could do this because Lawrence couldn't.
Hey, I helped
tried.
out a little bit.
Yeah, you did well. You did well.
I was struggling though.
Yeah.
I was.
I'm gonna try. I can't see all the names, but shout out to Dele, FNAF Moose, Goku 2241, Hamid, Strad, Sword Egg, KJ, Toby, Red Haired Shanktham, Nolan D, Ron, Captain Coast, Robert Berry, Flare Season, Twilight Straw Hat, PP McGee, Gabe White, Tommy Hewitt, Caleb Brown, Brandon Wigfall, Tommy Thalacker, Kevin Salinas, Roanoke Chris. Shout out to Chris, man. Project Iceman. So many of y'all in here, bro. Mary Senpai, Winston, Finesser, Hime. Shout out to Hime being in the chat. Hey. The Real Saint Nick, Captain Teriyaki, Connor Madsen, Breadman, just Ghost Train. So many of y'all here. I can't keep with all the names.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. Also, Nick the mod just texted me. He said, hey, make sure you talk about the ban appeal form that we now have in Discord. So there has been a couple bans, and you guys continue to reach out to the mods. So I wouldn't suggest doing that, but if you do, you can reach out to Nick for the ban appeal. So if you want to appeal your ban, you have to fill something out, unfortunately. So stop walling out, and you don't have to fill that out.
Right. If you just chill out, you're not gonna be banned. You know what I'm saying?
Just keep it cool, man. Just be a cool dude or a cool chick. Like, that's it, yo.
Did you shout out James Hudson?
Yo, shout out to Pig, man. He finally got a call in, and we wasn't there for him, bro.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. He had to talk to Larry. Trash.
Excuse me.
Trash,
I am a
bro.
wonderful.
Pig, please call in again, man.
Oh
I want to hear your voice.
Wait, was Marv doing the call?
Marv was out too.
Oh, that's what he was. Okay.
Yo, damn, Marv here. So, Pig, I'm sorry.
He couldn't get through last episode.
Oh, that's he kept saying it.
Because he was like, yo, Marv is back home. For all you guys that can't see it, Marv is laughing behind the window.
Listen, man. Pig, we sorry, bro.
Yes.
We sorry.
Yes. Okay, guys, listen to me. Right before the episode starts and we start reading off the super chats, we're not going to be able to get through all super chats. This is a very heavy chapter, and I want you guys to just know that before we get into it. You're going to have to be patient for us to read the super chats. It has to be organic. I can't just go on a super chat rant for like 15 minutes. I have to get through the chapter, and there's a lot that happened. And you know that. That's why you're here. You want to see us talk about this. It's just filled with crazy. Like, theories are going to be out this world today. So thank you for being patient. Let's read the super chats, and then let's get to the chapter.
All right, we got £5 from Captain Teriyaki. It says, can't stay tonight, unfortunately, but wanted to continue with the love and support. Keep doing what you're doing. This was really a great chapter. Thank you so much,
Thank
Captain
you.
Teriyaki. Hope you're good doing whatever you're doing. $2 from Pig Hudson. It says, hashtag Larry has bad takes. Hashtag Seb missed my call. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We got another 2 from Strahd. It says, Seb, bro, you looking a little light. Mad respect. Thank you. I don't.
Yo, he weighed as much as me.
We got another 5 from Celestial Donkey. It says hashtag Buggy Gang. Y'all knew that was coming. Shout out to CD. We got another 5 from Project Iceman. It says, hey guys, a shame Lina wasn't here. I wanted to see his and Law's reaction to my Law Flamingo and Leo Corazon cosplay idea. Also, Seb for Gaimon and Going Larry.
Yeah, you guys got issues, bro.
Gaimon would be a funny one, bro. I actually like the Law Flamingo and Leo Corazon.
Yeah.
We got another $5 from Terrence Matthews. It says, between the Admirals, Seraphim, God's Knights, Gorosei, and Emu, there's a lot of enemies to fight in the world government. Yes, there is. Love it. We got another 5 from PP McGee. It says, Seb looking fresh. Of course, love to see you back. Hashtag Magellan Gang. Hashtag Denver bringing it home. Hashtag Broncos country. Let's rock. Yo, those Russell Wilson memes funny as hell. But thank you so much. And yeah, I got the nuggets tonight. We got another 5 from Reminiscing with Quinlan. It says, sorry. Can we really say Roger found the One Piece since he was early and couldn't do anything with it?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found it?
Yeah, for sure.
Not his fault. He's too early.
We don't know what the One Piece is.
He was so good that he did it even though the prophecy said, yeah, you can't do it. Like, how are we not getting for that? You know?
That's not true, but
if
I get you.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway.
They said on time, yeah.
Yeah. We got another 5 from Bushy Brow 28. It says, do you think there will be a conflict of interest to fight Shanks between Zoro and Luffy because Shanks could be obstacle for both of their dreams?
No.
Nah. I don't see that. We got another 5 from Dead Kirby 22. It says, hey guys, do you see Luffy passing Akainu and starting a navy hunt for all pirates? Ivankov, Shanks versus Holy Knights. How do you mean passing? I guess murking? Or
Probably. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what that question means.
Yeah. Sorry, Kirby.
Yeah. We're not good at English, I guess. Because I don't know what that said.
Yeah. Then we got another couple.
Yeah, that's fine.
We got another $2 from Alex Vargas. It says, first live, love y'all. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for
appreciate
being
you.
here.
Alex.
Welcome.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, we got another 2 from Mike Super. It says, Seb setting things on fire, dipping on us. Listen, man, this is what it is. Shout out to Mike. We got another 2 from Project Iceman. It says, One Piece Monopoly during break week. That's on Larry.
Yeah, so that's going to be one of the weeks for sure. We're going to do One Piece Monopoly.
You think we can finish?
Yeah. I'll probably just tell Marv, whatever we got to do. I got to work it out with Marv.
All right. We got another 5 from Red Haired Shankdom. It says, Seb knows how it goes. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's damn right. That's for damn sure. But that's all the super chats for now. So
Hopefully that's not biblically.
It's not, first of all. And you can try hard without cheating. Cheating is taking shortcuts. So it's not even like trying hard. It's
Listen,
What, you like the long way?
Come on, bro. Before we...
I don't understand, but...
We got another 10 gifted memberships from our guy, James Hudson. Thank you so
Arigato,
much,
James.
King. You are appreciated,
you.
man.
Thank you.
And we got another 10 gifted subs from Ronnie Williams. Thank you so much, Ronnie.
Thank you, Ronnie.
W's in the chat for
Yes,
Ronnie
can we get
and
some
Pig,
W's?
please.
W's in the chat.
Thank
And
you.
for those of y'all that are getting these memberships, please enjoy all the emojis and emotes that come with membership.
Hey, yo. Let's get this.
Let's do it.
All right. So, chapter 1086. I thought about where we should start. I was like, yo, should we start on the color spread? And I was like, we're just going to start there. Like, we got to talk about the color spread. There's a couple reasons why, but it's up to y'all. So, before we get into the chapter, Oda has given us a color spread. It shows some of the Straw Hats with raincoats on, and they're playing in puddles with a frog and a cat. Did you guys enjoy the color spread, and do you have anything you want to add? And we'll start with Lawrence.
Honestly, usually I have at least a little bit to say about the cover spread, but this one not really. I didn't really think about this too much. And I swear, wasn't there a different piece to this? Like 2 cover spreads?
There was the Shonen Jump cover,
Right.
with like Luffy and Kobe and Garp.
Yeah.
before this one. It's not on like the Shueisha
Okay.
site. It probably is. It's just not on this one
one.
that irons out specifically One Piece.
Right. Yeah, but no, I didn't got nothing really on this, so I'm not gonna take up too much time on it.
All right.
Yeah, I also don't have much. I'm gonna be real. I read this chapter on the beach. You know what I'm saying? I was chilling.
You was getting rubbed down with lotion?
Listen, they was handing me ceviche and stuff.
Coconut oil dripping?
It was a good time.
You was glistening, bro.
But I did enjoy this cover because there was actually a rainbow because it had rained the day prior on the beach. So I saw the rainbow and there was a rainbow. It was beautiful, man. It was majestic. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. You had a lot of pride behind that statement.
Listen, bro. I'm a prideful man.
Rainbow's supposed
It's
to...
June, bro.
Nah,
You
bro.
feel me?
Nah, chill.
Rainbow's supposed to represent peace, y'all. All right.
Listen,
Yeah.
man. It represents
Be
what it
peaceful.
represents.
Be peaceful.
Okay?
Be peaceful, bro.
I am at peace. Okay? I am at peace. But no, I didn't have much.
I'm glad you're not conflicted.
Yes, that's stupid.
What you got, Larry? Because I have it.
All right, let me convince you, bro. All right, so I feel like I've been like trying to reach, but every time I feel myself reaching, I'm like, yo, I'm not reaching. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you look at the color spread, right? If we go back to chapter 1039, you remember that color spread where the monkey was pointing towards the sap with Luffy?
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned out that Gear 5 was gonna come next, like in a couple that's basically Oda foreshadowed, like Gear 5.
Right.
So to myself, I was like, yo, what if this color spread is telling us something the same way that color spread was telling us something? And I was like, yo, I think I see something, bro. I was like,
Okay.
yo, so we have a rainbow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have Sanji. He's pointing up at Luffy. Luffy's coming down. He jumped off of, I guess, like the bamboo stick. He's coming down to jump onto something. And I'm like, okay, he's gonna land in the water, right? So I was like, yo, what's in the water? And I was like, yo, the rainbow. And I was like, yo, what's on top of the rainbow? The red line. And I was like, yo, all the Straw Hats are in this puddle. So I was like, yo, it's weird that Sanji's pointing at Luffy because if Luffy is the one that's supposed to destroy the red line to create the all blue, then that would mean that this is probably foreshadowing that exact moment. And it's weird because Jinbei and Zoro's not here. So I said to myself, what if they went back to Fishman Island and used the Noah or Pluton in order to bring the fishmen up? That's why Zoro and Jinbei are not here in this color spread. So if you look at it, like the rainbow has a red line on it. It's the beginning of the rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yo, what if that's like the next foreshadow that we're gonna receive?
When you said that, I thought of like Gear 5th giant Luffy.
Yes.
Just stomping on the red line when you were saying that.
Exactly, and that's what I was gonna point to as well because we saw Luffy create this giant fist the size of Onigashima, and he told Momonosuke, "Move the island. I can't punch without doing so." So who other than Sanji is gonna point at Luffy because he's gonna create the all blue that's under his feet, and Sanji's in the middle of the puddle.
Okay.
Y'all see it or not? Y'all
It's
see
not
it?
bad. It's not bad.
Am I reaching?
You pulled a lot from this.
It was,
but-
yeah, that was a lot to get from where we at right now.
Yo,
But,
bro,
like-
you can see it though.
I guess. Yeah, bro, it's first show back. You already got me like, bro, what? I did a poll, bro. What was Larry cooking? 3-star Michelin chef kiss or Burger King deer ankle nuggets? Right now, the Burger King deer ankle nuggets is winning 61 to 39. But I see the vision.
You see the vision.
I see the
though.
vision.
Yeah,
I might see that on the menu and like I might come back with more evidence.
Yeah, come back to it.
Somebody got to give me another recommendation of that restaurant.
Other than that,
You know what
I
I'm
did
saying?
love that Frankie's hair is an umbrella, which is pretty cool. I do love that he's an umbrella, and also, yo, you got Nami and Robin wet, bro.
They a little too close for me. You know what I'm saying? They're a little too close. It's not that wet out for real.
Yeah.
Also, Zoro not being there is just funny. Like he got lost or whatever. But Jinbei should be there. There's water. He should have been in the little puddle or whatever behind Frankie or something.
I'm surprised they got Sanji wearing green out here. You know, because
I'm sure Sanji's wore green.
This
before,
dude be
bro.
beefing with people green. Zoro and his twin brother got green.
They not around, bro.
I mean, at least it's not black, right? Because then Zoro would have been here wilding out.
Oh man.
All right. Yeah. Before we go into the next subject, let's do super chats again.
Yeah, we did get another $20 super chat from High Danger. It says, I just want to say before you start this chapter from the beginning, please keep in mind what qualifications were needed for these new titles for the Gorosei, especially with how we know how strong the idea of what a god is. Thank you so much, High Danger. I don't know if that's their first super chat, but I'm not familiar with the name, but thank you for being here. And thanks for donating.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
I think we had another one. Oh, yeah, we did get another 2 from Dead Kirby. It said, yeah, murking, I know y'all can't say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we apologize for that. We were trying to read it.
Yeah, we didn't expect you to pick up the lingo.
Thank you.
But thank you for being thoughtful.
Yeah, man. He must be from Jersey.
We got to read his message again then. You have it? Just real quick.
Yeah, hold
I
on.
can't remember what he says, but yeah, go to it.
It was
Luffy passing Akainu, so murking Akainu.
Hey guys, do you see Luffy murking Akainu and starting a navy hunt for all pirates, even Yonko's, Shanks versus the Holy Knights? Okay, so with the new context, I just don't think we have that kind of time. Like if Luffy and Akainu are scrapping for real and like it gets to the point where he duns them off like that, it's like we're gonna have a situation where Luffy's now back at sea and like the Marines are reacting to that moment.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that we have enough time in the story for that moment, unless that's like in the like after everything's happened.
That just
like,
means that One Piece is gonna go on for like another 10 years.
Yeah, bro. Like
that's really it.
Yeah, but I will say I can see Luffy passing Akainu only because I believe to fully stop Akainu, Luffy might have to, even though Luffy doesn't normally, end his opponents, like that. But to really stop Akainu, you might have to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see any way where he's just going to keep going,
That's true.
I think if we had more time, then we would agree, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got one more before we head out. It says, $2 from Caleb Brown. It says, I want to say I loved the Larry show when Seb was gone. Okay, Caleb. Okay. Whatever. Glad to be back, bro. Crazy out here, bro.
Okay, so let's get into anything else? Nothing else, right? Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, the title of this chapter is The Five Elders. We do not have a reader request this chapter, so it jumps right into it. The reverie has ended. The murder of King Cobra is kept under wraps. Igaram is showing pictures of Vivi to people to see if they've seen her. Chaka is yelling at the Knights of Merijoa, asking where King Cobra is, and Pell is just flying around doing nothing. We noticed some familiar faces as stowaways. Wapol and Vivi are currently hiding within Aegis Kingdom's ship. Wapol tells Big News Morgans that he needs help escaping, and Morgans, seeing a king on the run, he finds worth his time. Vivi asks Wapol what he saw, and he refuses to tell Vivi anything, especially because it's her. Vivi demands to use Wapol's transponder snail to get in contact with her father. Wapol screams in fear that that's the last thing she wants to do. Next, we see Joseph from CP0 showing Stelly Vivi's picture and also Spandam showing people Sabo's picture. Bonnie is stowed away on the Tanjin Kingdom's ship, and Sabo is lying on the bottom of the decks hurt on Lulusia's kingdom's ship. Sabo recollects King Cobra telling him to survive and that he's counting on him. What did you guys think about the beginning of this chapter so far? And we'll start with Seb.
All right, so I'm one of those few people that actually love Wapol. I do. I think he's hilarious. I think he's funny as hell. I hate seeing Pell, bro. I really do. I really do, bro. It just gives me flashbacks every time. And when I tell y'all, he was one of my favorite characters when he first popped up in the series.
Was dope when he first popped
He was
up.
so fire, and Oda just ruined him, bro.
By keeping him alive.
Yeah. Can't stand it. I thought the whole interactions were fun. I noticed like the other kings and stuff that you saw there. It was pretty interesting. The guy looks like M. Bison to me, or at least Shiryu. Them freaking out about Vivi is funny. That Spandam and Joseph, like Stelly and his wife. I thought that was really funny too. Spando got that gun in his head. I don't hate Spando as much as everybody else does. I hate him, but like I think it's funny when I see him though. Yeah. Because I know he's so trash. But Wapol is just like, he's so obvious what he knows and what he saw. Talking to him, talking to Vivi, like, that's the last thing you want to do. Like, yo, bro, chill out. like, calm down. I did like the interaction with Morgans and the fact that Morgans is down to go even against the world government. I know we knew that already, but like, seeing the machinations of how it does, like, oh, we'll hide you in this, like, it's a new scoop. I'll do that and that for you just to get the information. Like, just because Wapol's on the run is enough for Morgans to be like, okay, this scoop is worth it to me. He has no idea what actually happened. Yeah. Just because Wapol's on the run, he's like, okay, let me go do all this stuff and cater for this and do this. So I like that. You know what I mean? I went to school for journalism and I touched my soul a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Weird flex, but okay.
Is that a flex? I'm not doing that with that. anyway. Bonnie just looks sad. Sabo, shout out to HD, because these are those like down bad Sabo moments where he just looks like kind of mid. You know what I'm saying? So I give HD his there, I guess, because he was flexing all day in the Discord. I don't see it that way, but
he wrong.
I know he gonna eat it up though. I know that. So shout out to him. I don't have much.
All right, Law.
Yeah, I don't have much either. But to me, this made me think of, like, for example, about the Alabasta Kingdom, and what does that mean with the Revs? Because we go back right when Cobra was being saved by by Sabo, he even questioned, like, what is a Rev like you trying to save him? He was shocked, right? So if the king of Alabasta has that view towards the Revs, what about the rest of the subjects? And now you have the newspaper going out, you know, that Sabo killed him. So what does that mean? Like, for example, like we see that the Revs are mainly targeting the world government, right? But now, how does Alabasta not view the Revs as their mortal enemy? You guys killed my king. That's what they believe, because that's what the world government wanted them to believe. But they didn't really view the Revs as their ally in the first place. King Cobra's words, like, he was shocked that, why are you helping me? Like, they don't understand that the Revs' goal is just the world government, not the allied kings. You know, they're probably thinking all of us. They even have meetings about it during the reverie, that all of us are the Revs' enemies. And they just got our king. So I'm thinking they're not really showing much to Alabasta's view on it, just a little bit here. But we saw later, past chapters, Vivi's reaction, you know, because she's like right here, she's like, why did you say that, right? Wapol probably told her beforehand, because she was kind of calm, you know. That's her. Your dad just died. I mean, your dad just, you know. But you're kind of calm about it. That's not an action I would expect you to have, you know? So that has to be the aspect she are really on her real emotions of it. But there's no way she just accepts that, because I don't think she knows Sabo. We have no record, and I don't think we would know that she's Sabo's Luffy's brother, you know? I don't know if she knows that. Like, to believe that Sabo wouldn't do that. You know, because when we heard them speaking, it was mainly about her talking about Luffy. You know, so I'm thinking we're kind of missing Alabasta's reaction to what are they going to do now that your king was gonna. We're kind of missing that aspect, which I would like to see what they're going to do now, and what does that place to the future of, like, the war. You know, because I doubt they're going to sit tight and, like, because also their princess is also missing. You know, so I kind of want to see more about that. It made me think of it in this situation, and Morgan's just. I like it more that he's not just a government puppet. Is going at whatever. He's like, no, whatever is more interesting, or whatever the truth is, kind of, because he kind of tailors it with that line too much. But he's going to go after what he believes is going to be the best story, or, like, even if some truth to it or not, but not just solely whatever the world government puts out, I'm going to put out. That makes it more interesting to me. And that's and then to me with the Sabo thing, I already said it last episode, but I'm just going to reiterate it again. The reason why he even got hit by that, I believe he didn't have his ability on. I still kind of think the Gorosei still have, you know, the 5 others still have some type of strength or strong, but the real reason why he didn't get hit, because he didn't want his fires to burn the king he was trying to save, Cobra. And that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, for me, I'm in full belief that Morgans is going to be the one to announce what's in Lily's letter to the world, and he's also going to announce who 𝗚𝗚 is to the world as well, and that will cast the shadow into the light. Finally, I think that's what Morgan's whole thing is regarding this right now. That's why he's gonna be so important. And I can't wait to see that, because that's going to be crazy to see the world's reaction. I can't wait for that.
Do you think they kill him? Because if it's already revealed, do you still think they kill him?
You gotta stop using
I'm sorry.
Yo, bro, we got fans capable of understanding the dynamic here, Lawrence.
Do I think they take him out?
Yeah.
I think maybe. I don't see it happening. But if it did, what better way would it be in order to give the world the craziest news ever while being taken out? Like, his final wishes is like, yo, this is what the world needed to know. This is big news. That would be amazing.
That would be dope last words.
Yeah, that would be dope last words.
This is big news. Big news, Mark. Signing off. Now,
I'm Robert.
Next, listen, Sabo isn't weak, bro.
I ain't saying that.
I dislike this notion so much, and I tried to see if I spoke about it last episode. I'm not too sure if I did.
You touched up on a little bit on it.
Yeah, but again, like Lawrence said, listen, he wasn't using his devil fruit power. Also, he was holding on to a man that was passing away, and he was against 5 people plus 𝗚𝗚. That everybody, if they want to speculate they're in top 20, like, what other character is taking on 6 people that are in top 20 and surviving? Like, not getting hit at all. Like, put it this way. If Blackbeard was in that same situation, he not faster than Sabo. He getting wrecked.
Is it off panel?
Oh, no.
If it's off panel, Blackbeard got it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, it to me, it's like, you can't put anybody else in that leverage unless it's like Shanks, Kaido, Big Mom, or like some of these top tier people who have this crazy amount of hockey, but also devil fruit mastery in order to awaken the ground and have people, deflect with mochi, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It just takes a different type of animal, but the same type of beast to get through that. So for me,
okay, Kobe.
Sabo even surviving something like that speaks volumes that he's super strong. He is. Did he get like washed up by Fujitora? I would say yeah, by a little bit. Level-wise, power scaling-wise, where is he? I believe he's between Admiral and First Commander. I think that's a great consensus as to where we speculate he can be according to what we've seen from him so far. But we don't really know still. But you can't just say, like, he got hit by possibly an endgame character of the show, and now he's just like, yo, is he beating Queen? Like, no, bro, we can't get to that level of thinking. That's just, it's kind of disingenuous. And you're kind of like, you're lying to yourself. You're just trying to create hype around a character because he doesn't show out as much as he should. But when he does show out, we don't put him too far. Like, we put Blackbeard or we put Mihawk, right? We put him at the level that he's supposed to be at. And I think my position has not changed on where Sabo sits for me. Even after that, I still had him in the same thought process. Like, this is where he's at.
Yeah, same. This is the exact same situation that happened with Jinbei and Luffy. This dude is running, trying to. Your main concern is saving the person you're trying, you're carrying to get out of there, and then you get hit with a blow. Was Jinbei viewed as weak? I don't think so. I don't remember people saying, "Oh, Jinbei is trash now because that happened." No, he was like, "Yo, this dude is a beast for surviving that because he was main focused on that. He was caught in a position where he couldn't really do much because he was carrying Luffy. Luffy's literally about to die. Cobra's literally about to pass.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Just stop. But I will say this too. It's like he ended up going up against Akainu, stopping Akainu's fist. There was only one other person that was able to do that in the war, and that was Shanks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we know Jinbei's not Shanks level, but we know he's capable of blocking an Admiral attack to a degree. Right. But if he's carrying somebody, you can't really do the same move anymore. Like, it took all your strength in order to do that.
Yeah.
So you got to look at it from that perspective when it comes to Sabo. If not, you're just lying.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on. Super chats?
Yeah, we got 2 that came in while we were chatting. One from Project Iceman. It says, currently on episode 90 on the podcast. It's funny to have one episode Larry call Kizaru a liar because of Weevil, then call Kizaru him because he's with Saturn. LOL. You can be a liar and still be him.
No, I don't
know what you're.
I think I said he's a liar for thinking that he could just go to Wano and just take on Big Mom and Kaido.
Yeah, but that was cap.
That was cap. That was cap.
Listen.
But I was speculating that he could be strong because his fruit is the reverse of Blackbeard's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta contextualize.
Yeah. They be walling out on me, bro. It's all right though.
All right, we gotta go in here though. We got $10 from Coke. Chocolate Thunder. I don't know why I can never say this name correctly.
I like that name.
It says, love this community. Larry's takes are goated. Every time he opens his mouth, my mind starts racing to build onto the theory. A little bit of glazing, but I like it.
Yo, don't get upset because I'm getting glazed finally.
Listen, man,
we got a whole cult behind Lawrence.
Listen, I was going to be silent till the next part of this chapter, but you took L's. You know what I'm saying? While I was away, you took some L's.
What else? I didn't take any L's.
The Gorosei evil being strong and all that, that's an L, bro.
No, it's not an L. They took a Fire Fist.
What's up, bro?
Oh, they're stronger than Burgess on Dressrosa. Cool, bro.
All right. You can continue that if you want.
Am I lying? Am I not telling the truth?
It's all right, bro. It's all right.
I said
it's
literally.
Okay.
I said literally they could be handed power or they could be okay in strength. But I was like, yo, they're not what you were saying top 10.
They could be.
Okay. They take one Fire Fist. Lawrence, they take one Fire Fist. It's over, yo. Top 10. Top 10.
I didn't even say all that.
It's crazy because Zoro took a double sovereignty from 2 Yonkos and survived. But he ain't top 10, I guess, huh? Like the other Gorosei, because they took a Fire Fist.
You done?
Eat one.
That was a good point, though. What Larry just said right the last one.
Yeah, people always want to do this, bro. They always want to say, like, you took an L. But I'm like, yo, my thought process has always been they can be strong. But there's a possibility that they're just not strong at all. And they're still not as strong as Kaido or Big Mom or any of those guys. Because at the end of the day, they just took a Fire Fist.
Word.
You keep going. If you want to name some more L's, I could prove you wrong.
Listen, bro.
Okay.
We don't have time for all that.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, we got another $2 from Don't Be Dumb. It says, at the end of this chapter, please look at the sword. Will do. We got a $2 super chat from Strahd. It says, I see Lur got people feeling activated again. Indeed you did, bro.
They vibrating, bro.
Very... a lot of movement. What's all that movement back
Yo, we got motion, bro. All right, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. This is going to be a lot to say, so bear with me, guys. As the kingdom's royalties go back onto their ships and set sail, news of King Cobra's assassination and the disappearance of his daughter Vivi came out to the world. Back at Merijoa, the Gorosei discuss Sabo. They say no other person has ever been more affected by the D. Pause. Saturn tells the rest that he'd like to be finished with this egghead business. Mid-convo, their Denden Mushi rings. It's Emu. Emu is in the Chamber of Flowers and says they want to use Vegapunk's creation, the Mother Frame. Saturn thinks it's a good idea to test this Mother Frame out to see if it's real. The other Gorosei member with the birthmark says it could help with the egghead business. The Gorosei member with the sword says it should be used on forest land instead of the sea because it works better that way. Birthmark Gorosei says there's a couple people there. Emu replies, that is of no matter. The Gorosei member with long white hair says, very well. The world is as the creator wills it. And then the young Gorosei member asks, why do you choose Lulusia? Emu replies back, it's close. Then we see Lulusia suffer from this weapon. Finally, we get all the names revealed of the Gorosei. The first of the 5 elders is named Saint J. Garcia Saturn, the godhead of science and defense. Saint Marcus Mars, the godhead of environment. Saint Topman Warkery, the godhead of justice. Saint Ethan Baron Venus Juro, the godhead of finance. Then finally, Saint Shepherd Jupiter, the godhead of agriculture. The Gorosei agree with 𝗵𝗆's request, saying it may end the ancient war and serve as an example. They then ask 𝗵𝗆, is there anything else? 𝗵𝗆 says they desire Vivi. Then we go back to the Navy. Tanjin has rebelled, and so has 𝐴𝐽𝑠. 𝗷𝗏𝗄 then sent out new seraphims, and these are the seraphims of Crocodile, Gecko Moria, and Doflamingo. What are your thoughts about this, guys? And we'll start with Seb.
All right, so there's a lot here that I thought was extremely interesting. I will say this. When I first read this, and I don't know if it was a mistranslation or if it's something that I just misread, I thought it said Mother Flame.
Well, so Fiso from TCB said that when they were translating it and he was editing it, it could have been Mother Flame or Mother Frame.
Okay.
So Stephen Paul, who is the official Viz translator, said it's frame instead of flame.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know it could go two ways from what Fiso said, but they chose flame because it sounded better.
Cooler.
Yeah, it just sounded
totally
better
does.
from what he said to me.
Yeah, so Mother Flame, I thought was what it was, and my mind raced into like the ancient energy source that Vegapunk was talking about on Egghead, to Lunarians and their flames, and the fact that they're just like extinct now, essentially, except for King. All the technology and stuff, the operations, the experiments that have been done on them, and that maybe that the Mother Flame is Lunarians' like flame on their backs, and that they've basically collected them to create a weapon that allows them to fuel, like, or energy source that allows them to fuel this weapon. Now this is frame changes my perspective a little bit.
Is this the first time you heard the frame?
When I reread it, I guess because in my mind it was just flame, I just blew past it. I didn't even see the difference. This is the first time I'm realizing it's actually frame. So now I'm like, what does that mean? Like, is it a picture? Like, I don't know. I'm like trying to figure out what it means exactly. And now it's making me think of Mother Caramel. So I really have nothing for that. It just threw me off completely. I did like, when I tell you this, bro, one of the reasons why I love One Piece is I think Oda does villains better than almost any other mangaka out there. He makes them imposing and fearful, and he makes you feel like, yo, this person is pure evil, no matter what. Even if you on some level agree with something that they're doing, what their actions mean shows pure evilness, right? When I tell you, when they asked 𝗵𝗆 why they chose Lulusia, and he said, "Cause it's close." I was like, bro, like I turned the page, like I read the chapter on the iPad or whatever. I was turning the page. It said, "It's close proximity." I was like, "Jeez,
whatever."
I'm about to just wipe millions of people, and the reasoning is, oh, it's right there. I get to see it, or it's convenient for me. Like that is the definition of evil. And this is if you're building to this being the ultimate big bad. I was trying to think. Because we always used to debate all the time, who's the most evil character in One Piece? It's 𝗵𝗆, right? Just based off where they sit, and the things that they've done in general. But like seeing it in action, like this is how their thought process is. This is all it takes. Like murder it's a whim. It's literally nothing for them to sign off on an entire country being wiped out. It wasn't, oh, Sabo's there, we're gonna connect the dots and do this, and there's a game plan, and this is why, it's because of the royal people were rebelling. All of that came out afterward. All of that came out afterward. Lucia was targeted simply because it was close. Everything else is the reasoning. Oh yeah, that works too. You know? I love that. I absolutely love that. In regards to the Gorosei and their names, I felt mad dumb because I was like, I could place all the names, but I couldn't place Baron Venus Juro. Like, what planet is that? And I'm like, yo,
there's no way.
Yo, I'm so serious. I'm so serious, bro. Yo, I don't know if I didn't see the V. I was like, what's Nus Juro, bro? What planet is that? Dude. I might have been a little intoxicated.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
You had to be.
I was a little intoxicated when I read this chapter. But I thought their decision making in general, I thought it was cool. Like the dynamic they have with 𝗵𝗆, like they're gonna basically bend their will to anything that he says or everything. They call him basically the creator of this world, which is another wild thought process. Like to consider yourself a god is one thing. To actually believe that they're the creator. We'll get into a little bit deeper with that, with some things that happen later in the chapter. But I just thought that whole scene was amazing. I think anytime we're in that throne room or that chair room, and every time Imu's speaking from his little like thing or whatever, I think is dope. It's also funny that they showed the Lulusia stuff happen before, like it didn't actually happen yet, but like they showed it anyway just to show you like this is what Imu's willing to do. And then it broke down each of their like things that they're in charge of. So like Godhead of science and defense and environment, justice, finance. I did not expect finance when I saw the dude that everybody says is going to be Zoro's, final opponent. I didn't expect finance. And then agriculture, shout out to Hime. He's the youngest one and stuff, but like she was like, bro, he the weakest, right? Like agriculture, bro, come on. I was cracking up. Yo, it'd be hard farming, bro.
Yeah, it does.
Farming is hard.
Yeah, it's hard, bro.
Farm is hard. Finance.
Bruh.
I'm just saying, if you had to be an agriculturalist or a finance bro, what's gonna build you up?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trolling at this point. And also the last part. Oh, I don't think you actually got to that part, did you?
Yeah,
you did.
I got to it.
Them saying that they desire Vivi, it brought me back to a couple chapters ago. I wasn't here for that stream or that podcast episode where they got the whole conversation, but we had talked about it when we were walking. I always thought it was interesting that Imu seemed to have this, like, I don't know if you brought it up on the pod or not. I wasn't able to watch that episode when you were Dolo. But Imu...
Thanks for supporting, bro.
I was gone, bro. I watched it. Fart, bro. Shut up. Imu seemed to have this thought process that Lily made a mistake, right? Or a blunder or something. And it seemingly has taken all this time for him to realize, no, it wasn't a mistake. She just straight up betrayed you. And that, like, what's the phrase or the saying? Like, hell has no fury like a woman scorned or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna start getting that, and I think we already did. Like, they're already doing like wild, crazy, more evil stuff. Because now it's like, okay, I thought this entire time Lily just messed up, and it's like, no. She switched on the gang, straight up. So like, Imu about to go full tilt evil. As always great to see my guy Akainu. Absolutely epic to see the last. I don't know if they're the last three, but the next three Seraphim. Mingo, Moria, and Croc. Croc is. I don't know if that's a girl or a boy, bro. I really don't.
It's a guy.
Who knows?
He's been drawn before.
Who knows? That could be a young girl.
No.
That's
Even in the eyes.
Why would they put the scar on his face?
Don't know.
I was like, yo, like, what we do?
They need to tell them apart. All right, that's that one.
Listen, bro. What? I guess, bro. But that's it for me. That's it for me.
All right. Law, what are your thoughts, bro?
So yeah, honestly, to me now it makes more sense why that what's his name? Why Saturn Garcia went to Egghead to me. His division is science and defense, right? Because I was always really like, why him though? Of all of them. And then he even says it too. I want to put this Egghead stuff to business. He says that, but that's kind of like his field. So that's like basically what he's in charge of, his responsibility. So it makes it seem like when 𝗏𝗏𝗏 would talk to the Gorosei, it was most likely them two communicating, and it was on his mind. And now he went in person because that's his. But also like and defense. So I'm not saying that people who are power scaling them, because if you're going to view that agriculture is the weakest one, are you gonna think because defense is going to be one of the strongest? Because the other one was justice. Out of all the ones that really have to do with probably with fighting or like some type of combat would be science and defense and justice. The other ones, environment, finance, or agriculture. Where's the fighting in that? So I'm not saying that, but to me they all seem like warriors. And I don't know if they're Eam's protectors, but they seem like they kind of have like a close relationship with Eam. Like I don't know, it's just different because yeah, he tells them what he wants, but he kind of also discusses it with them. But it's more like this is what I want, and they're like, all right, we're gonna figure out how to get it done for you, you know, because obviously he's their king, you know. So I thought that was interesting. I want to bring up a side note. I don't know if you guys are gonna remember this, but someone brought out to my attention. It was a friend of mine that when the five elders went to those forms, and you see each what they kind of look like, the creature they resembled.
Yeah.
Apparently, it resembles an old like 1960s children's book that was made into a movie, right? Called Where the Wild Things Are, right? And these creatures, right, have this close relationship with a king. And the king's like this young looking person, right? But he kind of like, I don't know if those creatures came from his imagination or whatever, but there's 5 creatures ruled by a king, and they kind of bow down to him and listen to him. I didn't read the full story, but
Hey, yo.
And I'm thinking,
Yo, this holds weight.
yo, my friend, when he broke it out to me, he goes, yo, these people, because also too, like if you look at the creatures, they kind of resemble a little bit of those the 5 elders creatures that they turn to, and then you see a king kind of like controlling them.
Can you put that link to the picture into the live chat?
Into the YouTube live chat?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah. So they
which
can
one,
see
this
it?
one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
See if I can.
That is a great observation.
Yo, I don't know
keep
how he
going.
came up to it, because he said, yo, they look so familiar. So
I feel like they recreated that book as a movie.
Yeah,
like,
they did. I
early
never seen.
2000s.
I never
never
read the
watched
book.
it either.
I never watched the movie, but when he said it, but it looked so familiar when he was showing me. I was like, yo. Then if you kind of read a little bit, it kind of sounds like it might hold some weight to it, like Oda took something from it, because we know Oda's very cultured and he likes taking stuff from like different backgrounds and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be interesting that because they're ruled by a king and there's 5 creatures. You know, I thought it'd be something worth mentioning. I don't know if Oda linked them or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, and going back to what Sebastian was saying too, because when he says there's many people there, and he's just like, it is of no matter, like none of that.
So
matters.
zero consequence.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say before, like what it shows with how they rule, like solely a dictatorship, right? Mm-hmm. And they said something very interesting when they talk about using it, right? What the last one says. Then we could bring this ancient battle to its conclusion, right? I was like, ancient battle to the conclusion? Are they still viewing the war that happened 900 years ago to like till this day? Because like going by what Eam said, that mistake, right? And now you have people that created the poneglyphs, and you have people going for freedom and people trying to find this research. To them, did they not close the book on this? Like thinking, yo, this is going to come up again and we got to dead it all.
The way I read that was they probably won't feel it's over until the deed name is completely wiped out.
Right.
Completely eradicated from the annals of history. Mm-hmm. There's no more people out here with the name.
And that one makes sense because why they're still looking for that fruit, right? They're still trying to put it in because people in a way still have, like I said, I believe that the world government is solely against people's freedom. They want to control everything and hold that power to that suppression completely because it's a challenge to the way they rule.
Yeah.
You know? So with them saying that too, and then I was like, wow, because also too, when we think of like, they call about the 100-year void and like the 800-year war. I mean, the 800 years ago, we don't even know how long that war lasts. Sometimes I kind of think it just happened suddenly. But for all we know, because there was like the 100-year, because it was 800 years ago, is when they came into power, right? But then there's the 100-year void before that. So literally 900 years ago, that war could have started, lasted for 100 years, then bam, the 800 years and the past, but 800 years to them, that's when they came in power, and then they've been ruling for 800 years, you know? But that war could have started 900 years ago because there's the void century is 100 years, you know? And then boom, it's like, all right, now we're in power, but we still haven't closed the book on this war. It's still ancient war because we still have our enemy,
It's still beef.
Yeah. And they're still kind of like on lookout, on guard. So when he said that, I was like, now that they're showing that this is the part of the power they may use to, that they could probably, any D that they find that might be a threat, mother frame. So
yeah, I like Mother Flame better, bro. I'm tight. My mind was racing with the Mother Flame, bro. I feel like so negated that.
You are tight, bro.
Yeah, I'm a little tight, bro. Mother Flame just sounds cooler.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And the close up on what I'm saying is this. Yeah, I think I don't got much left. It's good to see finally, because I've been waiting for it the other, I don't like calling them other seraphims, but yeah, we have fine. I'm saying how they. I'm curious because like Crocodile and the Mihawk Seraphim look so similar to me, and they look so much like.
That's why they put the scar on them.
They look so similar, and they look so much like Albert. Like I see Albert's face.
When Oda drew the children versions of the warlords, that was the big consensus. Like, yo, Mihawk and Crocodile kind of look alike,
right?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yo, did the child version of Crocodile didn't have the scar though, right?
No.
No, right?
No.
I'm sure. I always thought he got that from Whitebeard. That's what I always thought.
Y'all know my theory, bro. It was a rainy day in the New World.
It's like you owe
No,
me
it was
money.
Whitebeard. I'm just saying, Crocodile's too smart to think he could beat Whitebeard, so it had to be like it was raining, and it's like, nah, bro, you just really not like that. But he don't know it because it was raining.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But yeah, and I just the last point I just want to bring up. I thought it was so weird. This translation was like, "I desire Vivi." It's like,
All right, bro.
yeah, it's like we're getting her from
What that smell like? That was inappropriate. I shouldn't have said that.
It was, but I think it's like because the other was like, "Bring me Vivi." Like you want her for like different, but saying "I desire" because he speaks very like old timey, like thou and though or whatever. So like him saying it, maybe that's the way they spoke back then, and he's from that.
That's just the way Stephen Paul speaks, bro.
Yeah.
Low-key.
Stephen.
He's the official Viz.
Oh,
translator.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got. What you got, Larry?
Yeah, I got a lot.
I think
I'm
you
sorry,
do.
bro.
Nah, do your thing.
I'm sorry.
Do your thing.
All right, so
Go off, King.
damn. How do I start this? So I was looking at this point of view from this chapter, and I was like, yo, I don't know why my mind keeps going back to rocks. Don't know. But I was like saying to myself, like, yo, the Gorosei and Emu, right? They were looking to use Mother Frame or Flame. It could go either way. And it seems as though it was meant to destroy an island, but it also seemed as if they were speaking in terms of this invention just got made. It wasn't made beforehand. It didn't say any of it. It was like Vegapunk just created it. And Saint Jupiter states that the weapon will bring an end to this 800-year war that they've been fighting. And I thought to myself, I think what happened at God Valley was that it got erased from an ancient weapon. And that ancient weapon was already built from 800 years ago. I think that the ancient weapon was Uranus, and it was on God Valley. And the reason why Rox went to God Valley, because it was never confirmed why he went there, was because he was trying to become the ruler of the world. Yes, he was looking to take out the current power, but he probably saw an advantage and said, if I obtained Uranus, I would immediately become the ruler of the world. The other person who thought that same way was Crocodile, but he tried to do it with Pluton. So I said to myself, if so, that probably is why Garp and Roger teamed up to take him out. And the thing was, when Big Mom called Kaido a rat, it's because Kaido probably tipped off CP agents to tell the Marines that like Rox was going to do this. He was going after this. And he was probably, I don't want to say what Kaido's intentions were. I don't want to speak on his feelings, but I do think to a degree, they probably saw Rox as the next greatest threat of the world if he was to obtain this weapon. And they probably didn't want to be a part of that. So what ended up happening was Roger got tipped off on it too and was like, yo, this would mean the end of whatever prophecy I'm probably hearing about. Because I don't think he visited Lodestar yet. But it's like, yo, I have to team up in order to take this guy out now because he has too much strength on his side. And I'm like, okay, so if Uranus was built then, I think what ended up taking Rox out wasn't Garp and it wasn't Roger. I think what ended up taking Rox out was him finding out that he couldn't use Uranus. It wasn't capable of being used by him. So he thought to himself, I'm going to take Uranus out. And that's why we seen God Valley, nobody knows what happened to it. We know it got erased, but there was no Uranus anymore. That's why the government wasn't able to use Uranus until now, because they needed Vegapunk to create a whole new one.
So you're saying that basically because of what was happening on God Valley, they used the mother frame on God Valley and wiped out an ancient weapon even?
Well, rocks wiped out the ancient weapon.
Rocks destroyed it.
Yeah, rocks destroyed the ancient weapon, but it still got off its blast and destroyed the island. And I think that Whitebeard wasn't on the island. Big Mom wasn't on it. Kaido wasn't on it. None of that, right? Like, even Garp, after a while, he was still fighting. And they were saying, like, things they won and stuff like that. But necessarily, we don't know if he just won a part of the battle or he won the battle entirely. You know what I'm saying? So I think Rocks, at the end of the day, fought that, and it was destroyed after. I know it sounds a little crazy.
Interesting.
It's not.
But
I can see it.
It would explain why they weren't able to use this ancient weapon, even though the ancient weapon has been there since before the war, like during the war.
Yeah.
So to me right now, I still believe the mother frame or mother flame fits a weather ball. You remember I had that theory that Uranus could just be a weather ball, the same way it looked like Rygo with an L, and he had this weather technology from the ship. And then we have Herodes on, how do you say it? The island. Weatheria?
Yeah, Weatheria.
Weatheria, right? There's a weather ball under that with a flame inside of it. And they can do anything with weather. They can make it, like, that's an island that they created. I would suggest, like, yeah, this is probably a Birkin technology. We have the Birkin Moon City. They were an important race. They reigned supreme amongst the other winged-like people. So I think that's technology left over that Vegapunk has now learned.
That'd be interesting.
I don't have any counters for it, really, so I'd have to think about it.
I don't gotta add, though, Gold Roger did reach Lodestar before he fought the Rocks Pirates.
Oh, okay. But he just didn't get the One Piece.
Yeah,
like,
he needed more information. Yeah, he said, yeah. Because he said,
well, he knew of a prophecy because he went to Fishman Island.
Yeah.
And he heard it from, you know, Shark Chick with the crystal ball.
That was all after God Valley, though.
I know. That's what I was saying. It's after God Valley, all that stuff.
Yeah, because I'm saying the only reason why we know, that he reached Lodestar is because when he was talking to Whitebeard, he says, like years before, like he said years, right? I forgot how many years ago, like this many years ago, but the years, if you do the math, is before he fights the Rocks Pirates, where we reached here. But he finds out this is not the last island. I need to go right. So this is like he goes around the world again, but because he did it at 37, 38, whatever. Like a year before he fought the Rocks, he reached Lodestar, and we're like, this is not the last island. I need to go around again.
Yeah, I know me. I'm trash with timelines. So
yeah, me too. That's why I was like, yo, I'm not sure, so I'm not gonna mention that part. But also another thing. The one Gorosei member mentioned that Sabo, what did he say? He said
affected by the D.
Yeah. So is he suggesting that Sabo could also be a D? Because the only time we've ever heard somebody say this person has a checkered fate was in, I believe, chapter 798 when Law was talking to Sengoku. And Law told Sengoku his name. And then Sengoku said to himself, oh, another one. A D always has a checkered fate. And then the Gorosei were like, yo, this dude has a checkered fate because he's surrounded by Ds. But I'm like, yo, is that Oda also foreshadowing that Sabo could be a D because he could choose to be a D?
Right. If it was, it would be a thing that he takes the moniker.
Exactly.
And that's something we could even speak to a little more later in the chapter because of the whole misinformation and stuff that people basically, him being the Flame Emperor right now is based off a lie.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I could see Sabo with the information he just got from that meeting in that room and hearing stuff being like, I'm going to take the D moniker on to ignite the flames of rebellion, whatever.
Yes.
So like I could definitely see that. I like that.
Yes, and it was also because of the part where Luffy was like, do you want to become one?
This would be the third time now that he's like...
Exactly.
Yeah, and I also kind of thought of that too when, to me it was out of nowhere, where Lily and the Natara family, I didn't know they're Ds, right? And so it's like, because we thought, all right, the D probably came from the Ancient Kingdom, right? But if they didn't come from the Ancient Kingdom, but they came from all over, right? And now you have people who are part of the allied kingdoms from back then. Literally, if you look at the Ancient Kingdom's mortal enemy, but someone from that allied kingdom has the D moniker, has the D in the name. To me, it's like, where does this come from? Unless, like we said, that's where I kind of started thinking a little bit of what if it's like, One Piece always talks about inherited will, right? What if you can inherit the D and hope, right? As in, because you have similar beliefs to carry on this manga, and you give it on to your kids, hoping that they share that will to pass on that D name with people who have like mind influence.
Even another foreshadowing for this would be Wano, where everybody who was secretly with the rebellion, they were getting the crescent moon tattoos on their ankles. Yeah. Right. If you're with us for real, bear the D name. Yeah. You'll basically out yourself to the government and become this person. But if you're really with us, bear the D name.
And then it also goes back to Alabasta when the Straw Hats were leaving. What did they have on their arms?
They had the marks.
They had the cross. And they considered Vivi a Straw Hat because of it. So we could just say, like, the D is probably just a crew instead of it being called a clan, because there are different languages amongst which time period you're in at that point, right? Like, even Emu right now is talking weird because he's from a completely different time period. Right. Like, I believe Toki also had some type of,
She talked a little different.
Yeah, she talked different. The next thing I wanted to point out is it's another interesting thing. So something interesting with Saint Ethan Baron Venus Juro came to my mind. So the community, I'm sure, is convinced that this Gorosei member is from Wano. I said, okay, so if he's from Wano, what part? There's 6 regions in Wano. 5 of them only have daimyos. 1 of them doesn't. But it did. It did have a daimyo. But it didn't have a daimyo for as long as they knew, right? That was Kuri. It was the lawless zone that Oden took over and became daimyo at the age of 20. So I said to myself, it's crazy, because what did they call Zoro? They called him like Zoro Judo?
Zoro Judo.
Yeah, Judo. Stuff like that. And I was like, that's interesting, because when we go back in time, since they don't know that the Zujudos once ruled over Kuri, it's probably because the time elapsed so long that the current folk don't remember those people. But I can say this. We've had Shimotsuki leave Wano before, right? Because it was an isolated nation. They didn't want to be, like, they wanted to explore the world. Oden wanted to explore the world. What if Imu decided, with the other people that he was, with, let's contact somebody from Wano and see if they want to join the fray, if they want to come with us. And then he was able to contact the Zujodos, and then got a hold of them. He took all his people and then went to become a celestial dragon.
Becoming one of the 20 kingdoms.
Becoming one of the 20 kings.
Today, bro.
So I'm like, yo, that could probably be possible, because how did he get that sword too? So I'm like, yo, this makes sense. And like, consider this, right? He's the godhead of what?
Finance.
That region of Wano doesn't have any finances.
He took all the money.
Took all the bread.
He's like, the city of gold.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
And I was just about to get to that verse. You spoiled it.
My bad.
Yes. So that's why they were probably once famed as the city of gold, because the people, the Zujudos of Kuri, were famous for finances.
Yo. Not bad. Yo, that's pretty dope.
Larry's spin today, bro. I gotta give him that.
I see what you did there.
Oh, man.
You drink your electrolytes today or something?
Yeah, 2 bananas, bro. 2 bananas today.
I was double fisted, bro.
I know.
Hey, yo.
All right,
I had
anyway.
an Uncrustable today.
All right, the last thing I will point out, 2 things. One, the Vivi thing that Emu was mentioning, I think Emu, as being as evil that Sebastian said that they were, I think they want to take their anger out on current Vivi, because she probably looks a lot like Lily. So I think that's the only reason they desire her. Then for the Crocodile Seraphim, the Doflamingo Seraphim, and the Gecko Moria Seraphim, I loved it. I love seeing it. Crocodile is definitely a guy. He looks exactly like his SBS drawing.
Yep.
I will say this. When I thought about the devil fruits that they could have, I thought this is very interesting. And I was like, yo, how cool would it be if S Crocodile had the forest fruit? Because remember, the fruit he had before would take life away. It would suck things dry. What if he gives life? and all of a sudden we have like another green bull out there. That would be dope. And then Gecko Moria, it would be fire to see him have Big Mom's fruit because they're very similar and in power to each other, even though I don't know how they would get
How
Big
would they
Mom.
get Big Mom's fruit?
I don't know. But the other one for Doflamingo, it'd be interesting as hell if they had Law's Devil Fruit.
But why wouldn't they have Doflamingo's Devil Fruit?
I mean, they could. But I was just thinking like other Devil Fruits they could have.
Hold on. The reason why they do the they might even have Gecko Moria's fruit.
Because they're both.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're
no,
both Paramecia.
no, for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't think they ever captured Moria to experiment on him or whatever.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just saying like if they didn't have their Devil Fruits,
Oh, okay.
what
Okay.
else Devil Fruits would they have?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think that realistically, all those three Seraphims have the same Devil Fruits that their predecessors have.
Except
because
crocodiles.
No, Crocodiles didn't impel down.
Yeah, but
No,
he's a
the
Logia.
Logia.
You can't have it.
Oh yeah, they can't replicate.
Crocodile's the only one for sure that it
You're
has
right.
to be
You're right.
different.
You're right. No, I was wrong. You're right. You're right. All right. Other than that, guys, we're gonna take a quick sponsor break, and then we're gonna read super chats really quickly, and then get into the last two questions. So, Marv, take it away. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you been struggling lately? Maybe you're having trouble sleeping, difficulty with a relationship, or just struggling from low self-esteem. Listen, I've been there. We've been there. If so, then today's BetterHelp wants to help you. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Talk to your therapist in a private, online environment at your own convenience. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire, simple as that, to help assess your specific needs. And then you get matched with the therapist in under 48 hours. Then you schedule a secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages and everything you share is completely confidential. I happened to sign up at one point regarding my confidence issues. Next thing you know, my confidence issues are not issues anymore. I'm doing pretty well in that area. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. Special offer goes out to all that One Piece Talk listeners. You get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/TOPT. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TOPT. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. All right, welcome back. We're going to read some super chats, guys. Remember, we're probably not going to be able to get through them all because we still have 2 more questions and phone calls to get to. So, Seb, take it away.
Yeah, we got a 14-month membership to 𝘎𝐿𝐼 Bukai status from Simeon Russell. It says, love seeing y'all chase and achieve y'all dreams, and y'all inspired me to do the same. And on episode 100, I signed my contract to play Pro Ultimate Frisbee. Shout out to Simeon Russell, man.
Let's go.
W's in the chat for Simeon, bro. That's fire.
Yeah.
Why you say that? That's fire. But yeah, man, chase your dreams.
Yeah,
man.
chase that dream, man. Throw that frisbee, bro.
I can't play Frisbee for crap. But we got another 2-month membership to Nakama status from Jesus B. It says, Nathan V. Nasjuro is my favorite. Yeah, I feel like he's going to be a lot of people's favorite Gorosei member just based off the design.
It's the shaved head, man.
And especially Larry's fire speculative theory that he put out there just now. Thought it was dope. We got another 5 from Antoine N. It says, missed y'all, haven't been here in months. Missed you too, man. Seb's takes is the only takes you heard. Appreciate that. We got another
Glazer.
5. Got another 5 from Shank Piece. It says, you guys make work bearable. What do you guys think of the geocentric, Earth-centered versus heliocentric, sun-centered theory given the planet references? Basically, do you think the Gorosei are based off of the sun, rotating the sun, or rotating the Earth based? What do you think the center of that?
Well, the ideology is that at one point we all they believed that everything revolved around the Earth. That's what they thought in the old times, and then they found out it doesn't actually do that. It revolves around the sun.
Right.
So, Emu would be the Earth, thinking that everything revolves around him. Where realistically it revolves around the sun, which is going to be Luffy, and he's going to bring a certain message to the show. So it's a
Okay.
play on science, which is really dope.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool. We got another 5.
Also, you know what I learned? The moon doesn't turn. It stays in one spot. It doesn't like turn at all.
I don't know. man.
We turn around the moon turns, like the moon goes around us, but it never turns around the way we turn around.
So the moon throwing it back on?
The moon is throwing it back.
I see you. That's what the waves come from.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Thank you, Mark. See, that's how my science works. You feel me? You got to make everything an analogy to twerking. We got another
Science!
5. We got another 5 from Don't Be Dumb. It says the planet zooms on Emu's eyes again before showing another vision, but not when they said, "I desire Vivi." I think there's anything to that. I'd have to. I don't think so.
You saying that every time
You're not gonna zoom in on his eyes every time he talks, right?
Yeah,
I
probably
don't
not.
know. Yeah. We got another 5 from Celestial Donkey. It says Marines still hiding the ultimate weapon, the buggy clone. Hashtag buggy. The Buggy Surf will be one of the greatest releases for this show. Like
Yeah.
it'll be crazy.
I'm gonna say right now, it's funny that it is. If they did actually have a Buggy clone, it would be stronger than Buggy.
It would.
And then
Just
y'all
base.
probably use it to
Yeah.
hype up Buggy, but and he'll probably have a different fruit, even though he could have the same one. Like, now
They'd be
forget
like,
that
"Nah,
one.
we good." All right, we got another 5 from High Danger. It says, "Yo, this chapter made my eyes pop out. If I had any." What? Skull joke. Drew Peter is interesting since he's based on Saint Peter in my eyes. That could be interesting.
Yo, come back to life, bro.
Yo, I don't know.
Come back to life.
Danger. I hope you're good, bro.
Yeah.
We got another 5 from
Get health insurance.
from Key. It says W Law for bringing up where the wild things are. Larry cooked with his Sabo take, and my boy Seb got TS on. Y'all cooking tonight. What's TS? No way. There's no way.
Mark.
I
You're
thought
a
it was
liar,
gonna be
bro.
that ish, but
Yo,
hey,
all right,
man.
so the reason why we laugh is because Marv said Terror Squad. Just for those that couldn't hear it.
Oh man, thank you, Key. We got another $5 from Super JD. It says the Gorosei job titles reference the Japanese translations of the 5 planets, such as Earth, Fire, Water. Okay.
Yes, that's been brought up before.
Yeah.
I felt like I was gonna bring it up, but everybody knows it.
I feel like I don't
Yeah.
know enough about Japanese culture, and it's kind
I
of
feel
sad.
like you just don't know about planets.
I really don't, bro.
Yeah.
I'm on Earth. All you know is I'm Emu, bro. It revolves around me. Anyway. We got another 5 from Tommy Thalacker. It says, where do y'all rank Fuji's fruit? I personally think Fuji going all out is potentially strongest in current verse. Hashtag Jersey Gang. Hashtag Buggy Gang.
Yeah.
Buggy's from Jersey? I'm kidding.
He would be, bro.
Yeah, he'd be from Patterson. He'd be from Patterson, bro. For sure. It's that or one of the oranges.
This is Jersey.
I rank Fuji's fruit pretty high. I would say of all the fruits that we've actually seen and have knowledge of, I'd say it's top 10.
Yo, we gotta get through these.
I'm trying, bro. We got another 5 from Drek the Drek. It says, perhaps, but remember that Nusjuro surname is Ethan. Per the Japanese language, every name in OP is stated surname, then given name. So,
I mean, that's not true. Because people still refer to Rocks as Rocks, and his name is Rox D. Zebek. So they don't call him Zebek.
Rocks are just easy.
Yeah, throw a bomb, Marv.
you can't ask for a bomb, bro.
Rocks
Alright,
is just easier.
Let's get into it, bro. We gotta get to these questions. All right.
See, you asked for it, bro.
Yeah, that was a long one. All right, we head back to Kamabaka Queendom. Sabo explains to Dragon and Ivankov that the moment he landed in Lulusia, the people were ready for a rebellion and welcomed him like a hero. That's when he learned what the newspapers said about him. He wanted to be honest with the people, but he couldn't. Their passion was too strong. People from Lulusia wanted to join the revolutionaries. He also couldn't get a jamming transponder snail. When he got the means, he was already out to sea. Ivankov says that's when it happened. Sabo says yes, it was horrible. The people that joined us saw their families and homes obliterated. Dragon has no idea what happened. Sabo explains that a great shadow showed up in the sky, and the very next moment, Dragon interrupts and says, shadow? And then Sabo announces no person alive could explain it. Ivankov asks Sabo about the name Emu. Ivankov tells Sabo that 800 years ago, among the first 20 who created the world, there was a monarch named Saint Emu of the Narona dynasty. Ivankov shows Sabo a book with the name Gorosei on it. Ivankov tells Sabo that there is a way to have an everlasting life and someone has been living for ages. Sabo asks Ivankov then, that's who he saw? Ivankov replies that the name must be a coincidence. But there's one more thing. The thing he saw in the clouds that destroyed an island was a government weapon. Then only Vegapunk could make it. Dragon says Vegapunk would never make such an invention. Ivankov says, but what if it is an ancient weapon? It all links up. Dragon then says back that Robin did say they all existed. But if the government had this power, why have they not used it before? What did you guys think about this chapter? And we'll start with Lawrence.
Honestly, I just thought it was funny how Ivankov was just saying stuff that we've all been saying, like, you know, kind of bringing up, especially in the other translation that he spoke about it more. But every stuff that we were thinking about with Eam, all right, he's definitely from, you know, the theory was like he's definitely from back then. Yeah. You know, we kind of called that, kind of clear, not clarified it, but like, you know, we're getting more evidence to that. And then also thinking about with the ancient weapons and stuff too. Right, and I thought it was interesting how, like, why did it pique Dragon's interest so much about the Great Shadow, right? Kind of like he already had something in mind, you know? And but I want to say something for that book though. I didn't read Gorosei. I read Genesis on the book.
I think if you zoom in, it says Gorosei.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't even looking at the
because I'm looking at it, right, and I see GENESI and then the S is cut off. I see
Genesis makes sense if he's talking about stuff from that long ago. It's the beginning of things. That makes sense.
Yeah, because like Genesis means like origin or birth, right? And then going back to the beginning. And that's me. Did you guys think that was the book of the fruits or just history?
What book? The one Sabo was given?
The one that Ivankov, like, you know, showed.
Yeah, I think it's just history.
History? Yeah. I was thinking like the fruits because to me, the word that they used with it was everlasting life, right? And then now, like with Genesis, they're going very biblical in that aspect, kind of, you know? Like, because most people know, like, the first book of the Bible is Genesis. And then everlasting life, that's what is offered, right? But now they're trying to get into, like, this ancient kingdom with Eam. But he was given it through, but we know from this fruit. So I thought that was very interesting. I hope they dealt more on that, but just some things that I just caught in my mind when they were saying that. And then with Vegapunk, going back to Vegapunk now, with him, because we all know that he's trying to do good, but like what Dragon says, it looks like he did create this weapon. Because, all right, you created something that the world government could use, but Dragon says you can't. He wouldn't just create just a weapon, an out-blatant weapon like that. But what else would you use this for? This is kind of, I mean, I don't know much about the weapon, but this looks like a weapon just made for destruction. How would you use to, like, save or kind of advance human society with this weapon? You know? So it could be that Vegapunk was under a lot of pressure, or he made that weapon because he's going to get the resources because he's going to do his other, you know, adventures. Because Vegapunk kind of was like, you give me what I want, I'll do stuff for you, but also I'm going to work on my own stuff, right? But that also kind of holds the line where, like, going back to what I'm saying is Vegapunk says he has an evil side, you know? He could be also channeling the line where, like, he's going to do whatever he wants to do as long as it gets the resources and money-wise to achieve his goals. So I could kind of see him even though he seems like supposed to be a good or on the righteous side of a scientist, but he does have an evil side to him. And even, I think, greed side is part of that, you know? So seeing that aspects of it here. But I don't want to take up too much time on my part, but yeah.
Seb?
All right, so when I first read this, I was like, yo, how the hell did Ivankov know all that? Like, that was like my first thought process. Like, that's a lot of exposition from somebody that I know is knowledgeable, but that shouldn't be common knowledge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if there's a book called The Genesis, I could see Emu being the type of person to have his likeness promoted in that light, even if it's not going to be directly told in that way that he wants to be glorified as, because he still wants to stay hidden, right? Or she. Sorry. The dragon with the great shadow thing was interesting to me. People had called the Sabo wasn't directly on Lucia based off the shading, which I always thought that was cool. That shout out to those people that called that out way back, because this was months ago that they were saying, he wasn't directly on Lucia. He wasn't directly on Lucia. They were standing with that. So big W's for them. But yo, that was a hell of an exposition dump about the Nerona name and where the emu name comes from, etc. But in general, with the Vegapunk thing, I think there's two ways that Oda could go with this, or a few ways he can go with this. It's like, is Dragon just naive? You know what I mean? In thinking that Vegapunk wouldn't do this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, yo, Vegapunk has all this track record of the bull that he has been willing to do for the world government.
Go ahead, Sep. Spit, bro. You spitting right now.
And Dragon's still like, nah, my mans wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't fake pacifistas.
Crazy.
He wouldn't make ancient weapons. He wouldn't make seraphim. He would not Vegapunk.
I know, right?
Not my mans, bro. He wouldn't do that. But yeah, we here. And stuff keep happening.
Damn.
And he keep being the result, because Emu straight up said, I want to use Vegapunk's creation. Not that we had Vegapunk work on. You know what I'm saying? Not the ancient weapon.
Oh, man.
They hypothesizing, they theorizing off bad intel, because they think Vegapunk is one thing. But we know, somewhere, like we said way back in the past, somewhere deep down, part of him wanted to be a celestial dragon. Somewhere deep down, he has 6 different levels of personalities, and some of them's pretty evil. So, Dragon, listen, sometimes you gotta have those realistic conversations with yourself about the people you surround yourself with. And Dragon, he's having that come to Jesus moment, right? About his man's Vegapunk, and I hate to see it.
Yeah.
Because we've all been there. Your friend ain't what you thought he was, you know? Person in your life ain't doing what you thought they would do.
Well, hockey didn't exist in our reality, right?
I mean, he don't be around the dude too often.
Yeah.
But either way, hate to see it, man.
Oh, I love it. I love to see it.
Hate to see it.
I love to see it.
Hate to see
I
it.
love it. Because it's kind of crazy that Larry with the bad takes has been saying fraud watch on a couple of these characters. And yet, they have their moment. And they still don't add up to the headcanons that people have created for themselves.
Hold on.
Oh my, you got any black church music that we can play right now? Because I need it right now. I need the Kirk Franklin in my ears. Thank you.
This don't mean he out for a while.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that
Listen.
It just mean he trusted the wrong man, man.
Y'all be talking about Dragon knows this. Dragon's the man of information. Dragon's not the physical type. He don't run into wars and just start doing things. Yo, he knows stuff, bro. And then we find out he don't know nothing at all. He just sitting there listening to Ivankov and Sabo. I know. What was that? That's crazy, yo. That happened?
But the last time we saw
It's
from
crazy.
in person, Vegapunk did say,
man.
"Don't forget the goal, Dragon." Remember? So he's alluding to Dragon. Yo, I'm still on the side of justice.
That's finesse. That's called getting finessed.
All I know is that this man Dragon don't live up to the most dangerous criminal in the world.
It's Vegapunk.
It's showing that titles don't mean anything.
No, but
They don't hold weight. Alright? We got Mihawk scared to fight Yonkos, and now we got Dragon that just don't know anything about the world apparently. It's looking kind of fraudulent. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, he said, nah, big Vegapunk wouldn't do that.
the most dangerous is from the world government side, who are pure
Listen,
evil.
bro. If we gonna just start putting titles on things, bro. Listen.
I mean, yeah, the titles is
Listen.
here or there.
All I'm saying is there's a lot of W's coming from this way. I hope y'all in the vicinity to catch them with me. But if you don't, you can do your thing. But I will say this. So apparently Emu's name is made up of 2 characters, right? When you put both of those characters together, I believe in Japanese, the name stands for Buddha. So when you put the 2 Japanese characters together of Emu together, they become Buddha. Now, Nerona is interesting because it's 3 characters in katakana. When you put them together, it says God. So Imu's name literally says Buddha God or God Buddha, depending on like which way you want to go with it. So that's very interesting because like I think it was what's the long guy's name? Mercury or Akari? Well, you guys know what Gorosei member I'm talking about, the one with the long white hair. He said, as the creator wills it, like of the world. So I'm considering that maybe this dynasty, because they are called a dynasty, so they've been around hundreds of years before that, and they were named as gods, right? Mm-hmm. I think the earliest information we've had of going back further and further were the winged people, which goes back to maybe Nerona was probably winged people, like a different type of winged people, or like a mixed race of winged people. Like the Lunarians were already on the planet. Like they were never on the moon. It was never depicted in Enel's cover story on the hieroglyphics. So maybe there was another winged people that existed and were also called gods. Because if you look at it, it's very interesting that Enel thought of himself as a god. And he did things with weather. And now we have Uranus. And I think that theory is still holding a little bit of weight. I know I keep pushing it, but it just seems to keep making more sense of it. Because even when we saw Kuma carrying around the Bible, there was like angels on the front cover of that Bible, right? In the One Piece world. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't know, maybe it's something there. And then I do want to say this. So it is considered that 𝐸 might have the perennial youth surgery or the immortal surgery, right? I think there's 2 reasons as to why Law survived. And one of the reasons I heard on Mosh DMC's TikTok when he went live. The first one is that it was obviously to explain that Blackbeard was not on Shanks' level. Like he had to struggle against Law to where Shanks didn't struggle at all. And Law and Kid were comparable in strength. They're very close in strength, right? So it was to show that Blackbeard still has a ways to go, but ultimately he couldn't take Law out. And the reason why Law survived was actually because Law has more story to be had within the story. Meaning that 1, he has to realize what the true history of the world is, because that's basically his goal in One Piece. And 2, maybe he's going to reverse the perennial youth surgery that 𝐸 has.
If you can reverse it, that would be crazy.
Exactly.
I mean, why not?
He is a doctor.
So
I mean, that would be kind of wild.
Yeah, so that was mentioned. I was like, oh, snap. Like, that's actually kind of legit. I was like, yo, this game.
As long as he's not using it on Luffy, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I would like that because then it makes the play that Law has a bigger part to play.
Yes.
He could be, I'm not saying the only one, because I feel like you may have, like, this, eternal life thing, but I still believe you could still be killed. You just don't die from natural causes or old age. Mm-hmm. But if that's the case that he can't, Law might be the only person to truly stop him then.
Well, the thing is, it kind of fits because
and he's a D.
He would learn the true history. He's a D. And also he'd be in the process of eliminating something that make 𝐸 formidable.
Right.
So I thought that was excellent on Mosh DMC's TikTok when he went live. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. That was a great theory.
To add to that, doesn't Nerona mean like, or 𝐸 mean water or something?
Yeah.
And
there's like
Law has the water in his name too. Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
Oh, shit,
mm-hmm. Maybe.
Yo.
Yeah, bro. We on a roll today.
It's been you, bro. I just been here.
It's so cute, bro.
Trying not to poop myself.
So we're gonna have to skip super chats really quick. We're gonna go into the next section of the chapter. I'm sorry, guys. Only half an hour left. Within the present day in 𝗵𝗏𝗪, a celestial dragon has been executed for protecting the fishmen. This was a news the world would never hear. The man that passed this sentence was once the ruler of God Valley. Today, he is the supreme commander of the Holy Knights. His name is Saint Fergarlin Gatling. He's also the man that executed Don Quixote Miosgard. Garling then says out loud that if you stand up for subhuman scum, then you're even lower than them. What did you guys think of the ending of this chapter? We'll start with Lawrence.
I was like, this was crazy to me because, like, we all know how the Gorosei view themselves, right? But even how they word it stands. I actually don't even see it over here. Says that stands someone that even judges the Gorosei, the celestial dragons, right? That he could actually, he has the power to just deem them fit for, you know, to end them, you know? But also, too, what I thought was very interesting, because now we have more clarification here. Because I always thought it was interesting that God Valley was called God Valley, but that's not where the celestial dragons would live, you know? Because they were living on Mary Joe's, right? So why was this place called God Valley? But now you have right here someone who was called the king or ruler of God Valley, and he's the supreme commander of the Holy Knights, the people who judge the celestial dragons, you know? So I don't know exactly where the Gorosei fit in this, because they're like the highest form of authority under 𝐸𝐸, right? And then you have these Holy Knights who judged the Gorosei, and this person is ruler or king of the Holy Knights. And going back to, like, for that, I know a lot of people had a lot of different questions for that silhouette. I don't think this person was in that silhouette because he's the supreme ruler of them, right? Like, he's the king of God Valley. He's the ruler of the Holy Knights. So he wouldn't be the ones going out in the field. He commands them to go. They listen to him. So in that silhouette, I believe that the 9 one they showed excludes him because he rules that. And also, maybe going back to, like, for example, I know you had your theory, which was dope, on God Valley, but since I found out that if he was the ruler of that place, they must have been there during the fight with Garp and Roger against the Rocks Pirates. And to me, it's like, how do you not intervene? You know? But going by what he says here, he probably was like, we're not going to call them this. These people are beneath us, right? These are, like he said, lower than that. So it's like, he called them, like, low, saying, because the way he said human scum, it could be the point where they don't even view themselves as humans anymore.
Well, they don't. He said subhuman.
Yeah, subhuman scum. So, like, they view them, like, so people going up to here is like, we don't interfere with, like, subhumans' affairs, even if they are trying to attack us, you know? And then, while I'm going back, since it's just, that island says it disappeared, now it got destroyed, right? Was God Valley? It disappeared? Mm. I don't know where they have the power to, but, like, since it's supposed to be, like, their place, like the where the Holy Knights, like, live, what if they moved it? That's why, at a trace where it can't be found, because they're because mortals, for their mind, or subhumans, were able to reach it, you know? So it's like, we can't have, like, Mary Joe's is, like, high up, right? And it's only, like, permission that people are able to come up there. But now you have people who rule the celestial, like, not rule, judge the celestial dragon, so getting a higher authority, they can't have, in how they view it, people lower them just being able to reach it that easily, especially pirates, who they're probably going to view even lower than whatever. They could have moved it to someplace else, you know? That was just my theory, is that they moved it to a more, like, lofty position, and that's where they reside. So I thought, yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Okay, Seb?
I'm shocked you ain't said that's Shanks' pappy right there, bro.
Shut up.
What you mean? That's Papa Shanks. That's Papa Shanks, bro. I mean, am I tripping? I thought that was the consensus from the community. Is that not Shanks' daddy right there?
I didn't think that once. I'm not
Listen. That's Shanks' dad, bro. Executing a celestial dragon is fire. That's, I don't say fire, because damn.
Yeah, that was crazy.
R.I.P.
was crazy.
To my man Biosgar.
He was walling.
That's kind of wild,
He getting
bro.
crucified, bro. Jesus.
This is actually the 4th Don Quixote we've seen crucified, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. They take L's, bro.
They be taking L's, man. I will say, there being a ruler of God Valley had me thinking that that was where the Holy Knights used to reside in general. Like, they all just used to be there. And if your faction of the people that are, like, supposed to be your strongest warriors or something are staying on one specific island, they're probably protecting something. So I think that gives more credence to the ancient weapon was housed there theory. That's a bit of a leap on my part, but it's just where my mind went based off the conversation that had happened today. Based off the narrator boxes, I just wish that like somehow, some way, I know it's basically impossible, that Wapol saw this too, and that Morgan's had this bit of information as well.
That's too much.
You think it's too much?
Yeah,
Listen,
it's too much.
it's never too much.
Wapol was out, bro.
I know, but it's never too much. It's never too much. I'm trying to get the world to know everything. But yeah, it really got me thinking, like, what was their role? What was Garling's role at God Valley? Because, like I said, he was living there. Odds are he was home when stuff popped off. And the greatest battle in pirate history took place, and he was there. He seemed good. We don't see his whole body, but, you know. Do y'all think he actively was the one to take 𝗵𝐻𝑝sgard out? Or do you think he just sentenced him? Because people have been scaling Garling as if like, oh, because he's Shanks' dad, he's one of the strongest people in the verse.
I'm surprised you're not doing it.
I'm not doing it yet.
Okay.
I'm not doing it yet. He a little too new. You know what I'm saying? He a little too new. The Gorosei, we had some little backs. We had a little bit there. All right? He's a king. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Sure.
I guess. I'm not going to be mad if he is. Again, you know me. More strong people, the better.
Just keep the same energy for once in your life.
Listen, bro. My energy is add more strong villains that we have to overcome.
Yeah, no,
that's what it's always been.
No. Okay.
That's what it's always been.
Me and Lawrence know you cap.
It's
so
not cap.
It's okay.
Has that not always been my stance?
No.
When was it different? Whatever. R.I.P. to 𝗵𝐻𝑝sgard. He was dope. He was standing up for the fishmen, and that was the one pushback that I had for you, Lawrence. You said the subhuman thing in regards to what they were talking about earlier. They were talking about the fishmen.
Yeah, I got that later.
But yeah,
people want to say Rocks is buggy. I'm gonna just say there's probability that Fargarland is buggy. That's it, bro. Like if I want to use the same logic, bro. Look at that buggy character right there.
He looks stupid.
He's stupid looking.
That's stupid.
High position.
He looks like a moon.
You know what I'm saying? No. I'm joking. Because then people gonna get mad serious and be like, "Oh, take Larry." What I will say this, it definitely could be Shanks' pops. That would be kind of cool because when we went to go see at the world premiere for film Red, it was stated the Fargarland name was mentioned when Shanks was around and 𝚬𝚻 was around. That was pretty cool. It happened in a movie. You forgot already?
I don't remember that name being mentioned.
Bro, are you serious right now, Lord?
There's no way, bro.
It was like the biggest reveal of the movie. Also, shout out to Figureling getting his home and his son taken. That's crazy. That's a
But I want to say, if that is true, bad dads continue. Also, hold on. Yo, let me talk, bro. Also, we seen two people with swords. Fargarland Gatlin and Venus Judo.
Why you calling him Gatlin?
That's Garling. My bad. Garling. I don't know. They got swords. So if somebody's labeled the world's greatest swordsman and he ain't fighting two probably end game opponents, listen, bro, it's tough for 𝗵𝐻𝑝sgard fans right now. It's tough. Bro. And it's okay. It's okay for it to be tough right now. It's all right. I understand your pain. Yo, it's kid. Happened all over again. Listen, I understand, bro. It's tough for you. But listen, let's relax. We still got more to see, right? We got to let Oda cook, right? That's all I'm saying. Listen, Don Quixotes haven't done well since they left Dressrosa, dog. They haven't.
Bruh.
And it's really crazy to see the other Celestial Dragons happen to, like, cheer on the execution of one of their own. It just says, you know, monstrously how much these people have just dived into the realm of being more inhuman than people who are a subspecies of humans, right? And I think that's very interesting. It did bring up that Naruto line with Kakashi and Obito, where he was like, to leave or to do something. It was like to not help your Nakama is scum, or something like that. But no, it was like to leave your Nakama is scum, but to not help your Nakama makes you worse than scum. or something like that. I forgot how it went, but it was like closely related to what this guy was talking about with the subhumans and making people more scum-like. It makes me think if the Fishman Island people actually did something terrible, like if they were the main force of the 800-year war, where they took it upon themselves to be like the frontier, they're like on the front lines attacking the Celestial Dragons or the 20 Kingdoms itself. And I would suggest that Poseidon is probably one of the main reasons as to why the fishermen are so hated. She existed during that time. Like, she might have been a really crazy force to compete with. And it's, again, she's never mentioned at all. So I wonder what happened to her. Like, what role did she play in all of this? It would be very interesting to see that. But it also makes it even more interesting, and it's going a little bit off topic, but each of the ancient weapons happen to be just vehicles of something, right? Like, Pluton is probably just a ship that's made to carry things or to carry a people. You know, Poseidon, probably meant to make the waters safer, because when she controls them, she could create like a space in a calm belt so people can cross into other sections of the planet, right? And then we have Uranus. And if Uranus happens to be a ship or a weather ball or an island that travels, maybe at God Valley, that was like the port station of Uranus dropping off people and then bringing them up somewhere else. And what's weird too is that when we looked at what are the little robots' names that was in the Nels cover story? The Automata.
Automata, yeah.
The Automata used a weather ball to go up to the moon, and they had balloon strings attached to it. But when 𝗏𝗏𝗏 decided to go down, what did he use to get resources? He used a mini boat with a string and a weather ball to come down. Nami didn't know how to ride it, so she almost died. I mean, she almost passed away. So what I'm saying is maybe they were using that, and it wasn't a weapon, right? Like what Tom said, it's how you use these inventions. You can use them maliciously and make them a weapon. Who also said something like that? Another fishman, Orihime. She said Joy Boy can choose to use the queen sovereignty for good things, or she could be used maliciously. And I think that's starting to be like a thing I'm starting to connect, where that's probably the port where the Celestial Dragons wanted to go to somewhere higher. So there might be Celestial Dragons on the moon that we just don't know about.
Would that make you like double celestial?
Ascendant? Double ascendant? Double ascendant?
No, that's a dope thought process, honestly.
And it's crazy because his hair is in the shape of a moon.
Yeah.
You look stupid, bro.
So, I know we've been on a tirade. Guys, listen, it's hard. We got all these super chats. We might not get to calls. I'm sorry.
I mean, we got like 5
I just gotta read them real quick, bro.
Yeah, you gotta read them. Sorry, guys. We're not gonna be able to answer them. I apologize.
All right, we got another $10 super chat from Kevin Law. It says, "What's the word, fellas? 2 questions. Are y'all going to DreamCon? And 2, what do you think Roger told Whitebeard when they met for the last time? Love the show. Keep doing y'all thing."
He was like, yo, you weren't greater than Rocks, but like you was up there, bro. And 2, no, we are not going to DreamCon. We are going to Anime NYC, and we'll be at Comic-Con for sure. All 4 of us, unless Lionel gets sick.
Yeah, Roger sold Whitebeard. He loved them, bro. Tell your people you love them.
I love you, man.
Tell your people you love them, man. All right, we got another $10 super chat from LJ916. It says, "I think Lily may have given the moniker of D to the Grand Fleet that helped her and Joy Boy fight Emu, which is why so many different people have D in this generation, so to show their true connection." That's an interesting one. That was the Grand Fleet that she had.
Thank you, guys.
Back then. We got another $5 super chat from 𝗏𝐻𝐿𝐻. It says, "Garling top 1, Admirals over Yonkos, Gorosei equal to YC1s, Holy Knights are equals to YC1s, and 2s, Admirals are stronger than Emu."
Nick might be the worst power scale of all time.
He's trolling, bro.
Has to be.
His tier list was dog water, bro. We got another 10 from Thelonious. It says, "Love the podcast. Been binging the episodes for the past few weeks during work. What are your thoughts on Motherframe being a creation that wasn't meant to be a weapon, like a nuclear power source?" Very possible.
I mean, I kind of just answered that,
Yeah.
but the nuclear power source may be different too. The thing was that Vegapunk also said he can't have this infinite energy that he's been looking for.
Right.
So we know that the weapon itself is not going to have that.
I guess the thought process he's trying to say is that maybe Vegapunk was tricked into making something that they have now repurposed to do this.
Yeah.
Which is possible. It's just,
I mean,
don't believe in Vegapunk, bro. That's what Dragon's problem is.
I wish Dragon had some input.
We got another 5 from Drek the Drek. It says, there's plenty of stock in Emu being young or a child. Dofi basically wanted to usurp him, and his crew called him Young Master, despite being 41. They were calling him Young Master from a long time ago, but work. Yeah. We got another 20 from Mingo Samurai. It says, hey guys, messaging from Cali. Been watching One Piece since 2000. I was mainly an anime watcher for years till I found your podcast. Now I read and watch the anime. I don't have much to say, just wanted to show some love. Shout out to you, Mingo. That is a dope, one's a fire name, and 2, you got dropped the anime altogether.
Listen, bro. Oda, we're our cut, yo.
Right, bro.
We're our cut at, bro.
We be having people support, bro.
Yeah, bro.
For real.
Glad we got you to start reading the manga.
Yeah. We got another 5 from Don't Be Dumb. It says, Robin's Island took look at the globes. There are a lot more than one moon, right? Yeah, there was several moons. I think there's like 7 moons in the One Piece verse.
For a little bit, yeah. All right, Marv, let's get to a call. I think we could take 2. So, sorry, guys. It's a heavy chapter. You know this. Also, if you haven't joined our Discord, please join our Discord. If you haven't liked our video, please like the video.
Like the stream.
Like it. Join the Discord. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Oh, man. Hey, this is Jeremy. Pretty new listener, first-time caller.
Oh, thank you for calling, man. Thank you for watching, too.
Hate to have you.
Say hate
First
to
of all,
have you?
I've got 2 things.
Yes.
First of all, my middle name is actually a D as well, so I feel a special connection to One Piece. So I'm part of the D clan, you know?
Your hockey better be strong, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know it. My other thing, since y'all are talking about the Gorosei, they have the God's Knights. Do y'all think that the God's Knights are taken from the Celestial Dragons, like either the elders or the youngest, and just trained really, really hard?
Yeah, we actually we once theorized that Doflamingo might have been a holy knight if he still was a celestial dragon on top of Medijoa. So we came to the conclusion, I think all 3 of us, or all 4 of us, that they are probably definitely bred from the ground up.
Well, you know, he probably ended up trying to kill Emu, though. So.
Listen,
listen, I don't know how many conquerors they try to have in the Holy Knights.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Gotta nip that in the bud.
Mm-hmm.
And Larry, if you got a little bit more time, I know you're talking about how the gods of 𝗏𝗄, you know how there were 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if y'all saw the Gaimon filler arc with the guy in the chest, you know.
Wait, say it again?
The Gaimon little arc, the green-haired guy in the chest.
Yeah. What about him?
So, you know how there was 5 treasure chests on top of the mountain?
Uh-huh.
Well, we have 4 of the gods, but what's the 5th one? What god did the 𝗏𝗄 Shandians not worship? Probably the ocean. So the 5 chests up there might have been the 5 gods. You got sun god, rain god, forest, and earth. And maybe the 5th one might have been the ocean. Maybe they sat on that mountain and picked their fruit, and they went their separate ways.
That's interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Marv, drop a bomb.
Yeah, that was bomb worthy.
Yeah, that was bomb worthy. Yes.
Well, thank you for taking my call. This is my first time calling us, so I'm excited.
Nah, thank you, man. I appreciate you for even wanting to call. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah,
keep
welcome.
playing up. We're surviving.
Have a good one, man.
All right, y'all too. Bye.
All right, later. Listen, guys, we can't read the $2 super chat ones. I'm sorry. It's just, we have to go past it. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Yes, this is Mohammed Lire. I actually talked to you guys on Discord. My username is marftier890.
Hey.
I just wanted to tell first I actually wanted to tell you, Larry, that I know you do hate Dragon. It makes sense. He did, to be honest with you, he did get finessed by Vegapunk. But in my opinion, if you're gonna be, you know, criticizing Dragon, you should also criticize Luffy, especially pre-time skip, and also when he got finessed by Kanjuro in one.
Yeah. Go ahead, Seb.
That's just not the same. He was addressing you. It's just not the same.
Well, you had something to say, so.
No, it's just not the same.
No, it is.
No, it's not, bro.
No,
And
I'm sorry. I'm back you real quick. I'm gonna back you. Luffy on Dressrosa
yeah,
gets Law and himself killed by Doflamingo. Remember when he trusted those guys and went down that tunnel for no reason at all? If that was just a real Doflamingo, like he didn't send his clone, Doflamingo's clone could have killed them, right? But then those weaklings showed up and then attacked Doflamingo's clone. If that was the real Doflamingo, Luffy and Law are dead, all because of Luffy. He led them down this tunnel, got in seawater where they couldn't move, so Luffy couldn't use his ability because he fell in the seawater, and they're trapped there. And Doflamingo's laughing. He was like, "Are you serious? This is how you guys die?"
Y'all comparing this to trusting Vegapunk, the smartest man in the world?
How, Sway?
No, Vegapunk.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same.
Vegapunk will be more convincing. Why would Luffy trust a
That's
stranger?
my point. He's saying that if we're gonna clown Dragon, we gotta clown Luffy.
Yeah.
No, what Luffy did was trash. What Dragon's doing is, damn, I got finessed by the smartest man in the world. It's not the same.
I thought you were ripping more. The Dragon's part was more dumb. Oh.
No, listen, Dragon's not dumber than Luffy.
I know that.
And it's
That's
not
obvious.
comparable.
It's not.
Come on, see, this is
Come on,
not me,
alright, no,
bro.
Larry,
Come
nah.
on, bro.
You could keep going though, bro. What was your next
yeah.
one?
I actually wanted to tell you, Seb, I'm actually a Dragon fan, by the way.
Yo, the
I
thing,
know.
I am too.
But, like,
I don't think Larry even hates Dragon. It's
I
just
don't.
people are like, yo, Dragon's top one, and Larry's like, yo, let me see something first. And I respect that. Right? Like, if I'm it's
Yeah.
just that, but in situations like this where Eva's the one dropping all the information when we get it. Like, if Dragon would have, even if you just switch their roles in this situation right now, and Dragon's like, yeah, Sabo, we knew this and this and this and this, Larry would have been like, okay, Dragon knows some stuff. Nah, it was Eva
But
with the
doesn't
book.
mean that Dragon didn't
It
know
doesn't mean he doesn't know, but we didn't see him flexing knowledge here. We see him trusting Vegapunk and potentially getting finessed. That's what happened here.
Well, it looked like Dragon was just trying to listen to what Sabo had to say, and then Ivankov just jumped in and started talking.
It sounds like
You the head, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Yo, imagine I'm point to it, bro.
So your teammates can't talk?
Listen, bro.
Like, you just gotta listen to you all the time? He's trying to gather information and have a discussion with his crew.
Damn, yo. Gathering information. Instead of giving it.
Listen, bro. I still got Dragon high up. I'm just saying the showing hasn't looked great. It hasn't. What are we gonna say? What can we stand on, bro?
You know, I don't want to hear that from you since you
I still got him top like 5 or
No,
whatever.
I'm talking about what you're. I'm not gonna get into it, but you already know. But your decision making with your choices with people, with Marco and Buggy,
And then
showing being great.
Listen.
I don't want to hear that from you, man.
I'm consistent, bro. If I rock
consistently
with you,
bad.
if I rock with you, I rock with you, bro. But if you on some BS, it is what it is.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, what did you think, man?
Yeah. I had another thing to say, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
It's
go
the last
ahead.
thing.
We got like 2 more minutes.
So Seb, I'm gonna read my friend Dan, if you know him from the DDT, Danny Mal's Dan, that's his Discord name,
Okay.
and he
Yeah.
was actually wanted to send you this explanation on how Queen beats Blackbeard high diff.
You gotta make it quick, bro. We got a minute left.
Okay. So when Blackbeard fought Magellan, he got, one-shotted by poison. And what's his name? I forgot his name. The guy gave him the antidote.
Share to you.
And after that, yeah, sure. And after that, Queen also had the busted ability of invisibility, which from we've seen has been undetected by the characters such as Luffy, Law, King, and Sanji after episode 1061. If you count the anime as canon, which also wouldn't be canceled, from the dark fruit, I think Blackbeard will lose to Queen after he pops up his invisibility, and Queen will land one of his plague rounds on Blackbeard since he always gets hit first, like Magellan. Yeah, like Magellan Ace Whitebeard hit him, one-shotted him. But yeah. And also, remember when Queen knocked out Big Mom as well. She, the brachial bomber.
Yeah.
That too.
Okay.
I like your thought process, bro. You make so much sense.
It's not him. It's Dan.
Oh,
technically.
both of them. Both
Yeah,
of
it's
them.
not. I did the Queen hitting, knocking out Big Mom, but that was it. The rest of it was Dan.
It really makes me happy to see that people are becoming smarter, and they're starting to see how fraudulent Blackbeard truly is. And it just brings great joy to my heart, man. Thank you for that. That was a great last call. Thank you. But listen, man,
No problem there.
we gotta go. I want to say thank you personally for calling up and letting us hear your voice. It's an honor to have you guys watch us, so thank you, man. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah,
All
appreciate
right,
it.
take care. Bye. All right, guys. If you haven't joined our Discord, please join the Discord. If you haven't liked the video, please like the video. Personally, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's in chat. I know a lot of you guys start leaving out towards the end, but I just want to personally say thank you for rocking with us. 40K, man, that's huge. There's been some people in the One Piece community that are YouTubers, content creators, and they've been going for way longer than we have. So just for us to reach this milestone as quick as we have, just shows that the community is amazing. The community is strong. The community is loving. Community is respectful. And you guys just continuously just learn to love us more and more. So I don't know if you guys want to say anything, but that's, for me, that's a big thank you.
Yeah, I want to echo Larry's sentiments, but it's on the 50K.
It's on the 50K.
Yeah, and I was like, and I'm glad we want to, us, we always want to show that love back to you guys, so we thank you. And great to have this, because we also, not only are we sharing it with each other, we're sharing it with you guys. This is why we do this with your community, and we thank you so much for being here, enjoying it with us.
All right, and with that being said, guys, my name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Seb.
Lionel. And this is that One Piece Talk. Jana!